Choosing your products to make or source for Amazon Handmade is probably the most important part of running a successful business and turning your part-time passion into something that is a full-time income for you. And in this video, I'm going to be looking at my top 5 favourite niches, with a few examples of good products. And these should help you to get inspired to make more products. So let's get cracking. When I started out selling online, I spent a lot of time trying to choose products and I ended up procrastinating loads. You've probably done exactly the same thing. It's quite exciting choosing products, and I think I got sucked into looking at loads of really nice pictures of handmade products that other people have made on Instagram. And I then tricked my brain into thinking that this was actually work rather than just looking on Instagram. But the reason I spent so much time looking at other people's products is because I was worried about what niche I would be in. And the niche that you choose is really important, because once you choose a niche, you can start building a brand. And in my opinion, building a brand is the best way to create a business that is set up to make money in the long run. Plus, it's way more fun. And I think, business should be fun. And if you're having fun, it doesn't really feel like work. So choosing a niche is really important. And for some of you, you may already have a product or some products that you already make, and you want to expand your range. Now, if this is you, then your niche doesn't have to just be, the one product. You can have a few products in the same niche. So have a think about what you want your business to look like. Some of the niches we're about to go through could spark your interest for you to make your new product. For some of you, you might not have any products yet, and that's okay. But if you're just starting out and you're looking to get started selling your handmade products online, then spend a bit of time thinking about some of the niches I show you and why I think they're good. Because it's not just about whether you like the niche or not, it's the reasons why I kind of think they're good, and that's important too. Now, these niches might not be good for you personally. You need to do what is right for you. But I will go into why I think each niche is good and how you can get into that niche as well. Anyway, let's get on with my top 5 favourite niches for Amazon Handmade. So number 1 is candles. Now, I know a lot of you might be thinking that candles are quite competitive, but I really like how you can build a brand around a particular area of candles. For example, you could specialise in beeswax candles. Now, beeswax candles are great because the sort of people who would care enough to buy beeswax rather than another type of wax are potentially the sort of environmentally friendly people who might buy other environmentally friendly products. Now, this is great because typically this demographic has much more money to spend, which is good for you and it's good for the environment. And on top of this could be a good niche business because the sales of the competition are quite good, even in the UK. Let's have a look at a few examples here. So we'll look here at the beeswax example because there's lots of different types of sort of candle shape that you can make for the beeswax. So for example, you've got these like pillar candles or you've got votive candles. And as you can see, some of them have like texture, some of them have flavours, some of them are in nice glass jars. There's like these taper candles as well. So there's a few different things you could do just in this one niche of beeswax candle. And I don't think it looks too competitive. Like when I just searched beeswax candle, yeah, there are a lot of beeswax candles that come up, but some of these in the sponsor positions aren't actually beeswax candles. Some of them, they're all different. There's a few different ways where I think you could create a new product to go into this area, or you could create a niche around the beeswax area. Like a lot of these products have got quite a lot of good reviews. For example, like this one at the top has like 75 reviews, quite a lot. It's like this one's got over 7,000 reviews. So there's quite there must be some quite good money being made here. And I can already think of a few ways of making this different. For example, adding some colours or adding some different sized shaped jars or adding some nice little pots to go with it. So yeah, I think beeswax candles could be a really good sort of product to go with. And it just shows how like candles has lots of different areas that you can look at to make an interesting product that would stand out for Amazon Handmade. Number 2 is home and kitchen. Now, one great thing about home and kitchen stuff is that on Amazon, the nicest designed things aren't always there yet. I like niches that are a bit more developed on other platforms and off Amazon because it means you can keep ahead of the trends. A good way to spot trends is actually by using Etsy or Pinterest to see what's coming next. And you can take inspiration from products that are coming up. Here's a really good example. So a good example here to look at for home decor is this moon shelf, because as I said before, there's quite a lot of things that Amazon's not necessarily like ahead of the trends on. So it's quite good to get some examples for things, like for your home and kitchen especially, that aren't necessarily on Amazon yet, but you could make something better that is on that you could put onto Amazon. So if we have a quick look at this moon shelf, you can see there's lots of these like moon shaped designs. Most of them are made of wood. There's hardly any variations in them. Like this metal one is slightly different, but most of them are pretty much exactly the same as each other. Whereas if we have a look on Etsy, there's quite a lot of different shapes. Like there's these ones that are solid, there's these fully round ones, there's some more mountains and like these hands kind of shapes, some different colours and sizes, some of them are freestanding. So you can see just from Etsy, just from this one niche idea, that you can get quite a few different types of products that you might not see otherwise just by looking on Amazon. So that's one of the reasons why I really like the category home and kitchen, because there's often stuff that's on Amazon that is not quite at the forefront of trends, and you can create new products which aren't on Amazon yet, and then that'll make you stand out from the crowd. Number 3 is beauty. Now, one of the things I really like about beauty is that you can make your products really stand out from the competition with really nice packaging that doesn't look too corporate. You know, not everyone wants to buy L'Oreal stuff. Some people want organic creams and things like that. On top of that, there's tons and tons of keywords that you can use for your products. You know, there's the flavour, there's the materials that go into it. Even if I just look at eye cream, there's like 20 different types of eye cream, like these ones here. And plus, there's always like super new ingredients that are being added all the time. Whoever knew that Manuka honey, for example, was something that you could put on your eyes? Maybe this is why I'm aging so fast. You know, a good example of this is eye cream, as we were talking about just now. So if I just search for eye cream on Amazon, you can see that a lot of the brands on here are things like L'Oreal, like Nivea, some of these big brands that, you know, LMS, you don't really want to necessarily just compete with these big brands straight away. Like they've got loads of reviews, they're big brands, they've got lots of money to spend on stuff. But if I get a bit more niche down, for example, if I look at Manuka eye cream, I can see already that some of these brands are ones that I don't really recognise. Like maybe it's just because I don't follow beauty that much, but you know, the Manuka Doctor, for example, and Antipodes, like these aren't necessarily big brands like L'Oreal, and these are things that you can probably make to get into some of these little niches and build a niche around one little thing towards in the eye cream niche, just for example. So I think beauty is great because you can get into some of these like new and up and coming niches that maybe some of the big brands either don't want to or haven't yet competed with. Because if you look at some of the products after here, having searched Manuka eye cream, a lot of these like Olay, they're not really Manuka products at all. This is like a niacinamide eye cream or something, and this L'Oreal one is for men. So these aren't really like Manuka products. So if you think this is like an upcoming trend, you could create a product to fit in this space. Number 4 is home decor. Now, home decor is lovely because you can't really put a value on something decorative. Like if someone likes it, they're just going to buy it. On top of this, there are loads of different styles to choose from. Some houses, a farmhouse, for example, you know, some might have a little of a coastal feel, some might be modern, or some might be bohemian or boho. Now, you know, there's loads of different handmade products that you can make for any of these niches. So find a style and go deep into it. And this is exactly what I did when I started selling on Amazon, selling niche decorative things for the home. You know, my products all sell for a much higher price because they're bang on trend, and I've built a really nice brand around the boho niche with great photos and high quality products. Now, all this branding that you can add really adds to the value the customer gets from the product. And with home decor especially, this value is not really tangible in the same way that like a beauty product is, for example. You know, if people like my decorative items, then they will just buy them. When you are doing home decor, it's important that you try and pick your niche. For example, if you choose coastal, you could look at some products like this. Like if we have a look on Etsy at some of this coastal decor, you can see there's some real nice stuff on here that's been like handmade, and a lot of it is quite similar to what is already on Amazon, but a bit different and again a bit new. Like for example, you could look at some driftwood wall art with resin sort of painting on it, and that might be something that people are looking for on Amazon but don't yet have. Or it could be that you want to make some like rope decor for the beach house. This again could be something that people want on Amazon but isn't quite there. Because if we look at some of this stuff, I think it all looks really nice. Like there's lots of handmade items which are all really, really decorative and really interesting and new. And if we have a look on Amazon, like some of the stuff is a bit more, you know, it's a bit more generic. Like I think there is space on here for you to create a product that could potentially stand out. It's like some of these products do look quite nice and handmade, like this beach sign or a product like this. Like this is wall art, which has like 851 reviews. You know, this is probably making quite a lot of money and it's selling for a good price, £33. You know, there's no reason why you could, if you make like wall art or wooden wall art, or you're looking at something to get into, this could potentially be something to look at because it's something that you could make and make much nicer than what is already here. And if you look at Etsy, you can already get some inspiration for some designs that aren't yet on Amazon that could be a lot nicer. And the fifth one that I'm going to look at today is soap. Now, this is a really easy one to get started with. Soap is really easy to make and it's cheap to make. Plus, like with beauty, you can choose from like cool new ingredients to help you stand out from the crowd and to make you stand out. Another benefit of beauty and soaps is that you can make sets of things which make them really, really good for giving as gifts. A really good idea to start your branding journey with these sort of products is to use lovely packaging that can be a really nice way to give someone a little gift. Like gift sets are amazing because for not that much extra money for you, you can make something twice the value to the customer. Also on top of that, you can sell your fees of selling something twice, so it's a win-win for everybody. So there you have it, my top 5 favourite niches for Amazon Handmade. And in this next video, which is on the screen right now, you can see the top 5 mistakes Etsy sellers make when selling on Amazon Handmade. I hope you enjoyed that video and I'll see you on the next one.